Kind of gritty win you're looking for at this time of year, correct?
Yeah, it was a tight game. Really tight. They're a good team, and there wasn't really much either way, and some good goaltending and physical. It felt, it was pretty physical and fast, and so that's what most of those games are going to be like now coming down the stretch. So it's a good one to prepare us.
In a tight game like that, you need your special teams to come up big. You get a winning goal on the power play and you get a big penalty kill in the third period.
Yeah, it's great. Special teams has been a huge part of this all year, and again, the power play, scores a big goal for us, and our PK shuts it down when we need them to, and I think that's been, a big story of our team and our success, and just trying to get better, both units and the penalty kill, just trying to keep getting better and better, and working together, and it's coming together nicely.
I was asking you to give up trade secrets, but that assist on the power play, did you fan on that shot, or was that a fake shot?
It was kind of like I was gonna take it to the net, and then and realized that Gabe, I think, was pretty open, and tried to catch myself and mishandled it in a good way to, I guess, fake everyone out. It was it was a little bit of a panic. I wanted to take it to the net, and then mishandled it, and it worked out well. So yeah.
How would you describe the impact of Schenn in his Jets debut?
It's a lot more fun to play with him than against him. I'll tell you that. He a couple really big hits, couple really big blocks, I think. And he's just always making the smart, simple play, and he's a rock back there. So it's again a lot more fun to play with him. He's a heck of a player and big guy out there, and he's not fun to play against. So it's great to have him.
What are your memories from playing against him?
I've been hit a couple times for sure. Yeah, didn't feel good, and he's also, it's hard to get shots through. That's a perfect example tonight. He, in the third period there, he rocked a couple guys, and then in the last 10 minutes he had 3 or 4 blocks, whatever it was, that were, he's almost playing goalie. He took up so much space, and you can't get it past him. So that's amazing.
With how tight games are going to be down the stretch, especially in the playoffs, is this just a perfect example of how effective a guy like that is to have on the back end?
Yeah, 100%. He's not fun for the other forwards to go against. He doesn't give much space, and if he's going to get you in the corner, he's going to hit you, and he's going to make your night miserable. And it's great. And then you see Tanny too tonight. His motor doesn't stop. It's crazy how his legs keep going. It's exhausting to watch. So 2 great guys, 2 great pickups, and going to be big for us.
I know everything's about the team right now, Cole, but it's like to set a career high for points here tonight.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think that's obviously it's not all about points. You want to focus. My goals this year has just been focusing on my play, and the points will come, and they've started to come our line. It was nice to see our line score tonight. I said in the intermission there that we've created so much in the last 10 games and haven't really been rewarded for it. And I think tonight it's great to see Vladdy score. We were talking about it earlier, just got to get to the net. And that's exactly what happens. He goes to the net, we find a goal, and hopefully that's the start of, we start seeing the puck go in the net a little bit more for us.
Thanks.
Week going back to last Friday, Luke, how therapeutic was it to get into a game with your new team?
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind of a week. That's an understatement. Just obviously kind of not expecting really to get traded, and then it being Pittsburgh, and then fly out to meet the team in Vegas, and then get flipped the next morning, and then fly back to Nashville. It's just been a crazy week, and then on top of that. It's been about 6 days since I skated, so that was also a little bit of nerve-wracking. I skated yesterday a little bit here, but it's like almost having a double Four Nations break with the time off. So it was nice to get the first one out of the way there, and appreciate everyone welcoming me in here.
Your impressions of your squad, even though it's only been one game?
Well, as advertised, obviously playing them this year, you kind of it's not by mistake that they're in this position in the standings. The biggest thing I noticed is, how much structure there is and how detailed it is with, the D zone, and kind of guys are in the right position and defending first. And at the end of the day, that's what wins in this league. So, they have skill when it's time to take over, and obviously great power play and goaltending. But like I said, it was pretty impressive to be a part of a group who plays the right way like this.
The structure and the details, does that make it easier to step into the lineup, or is it almost more intimidating to try and match those details?
No, I'm lost without details. If it's a freewheeling game, that's that's what puts me in one a little bit. So the more details, the more structure, the better. Just obviously been around long enough too, and I'm not afraid to ask questions, and had a lot of questions for guys on the bench and obviously coaches and stuff like that. So obviously when you're coming in completely new system and all that sort of stuff, at the end of the day, you obviously know that it's going to take a bit of an adjustment, but you try to learn on the fly and embrace it and ask as many questions as you can. And everyone did a great job helping me out.
The hits and the blocks in that game there, do you think you showed Winnipeg Jets fans a real good slice of what Luke Schenn brings to the table?
At the end of the day, I just try to do whatever it takes to win. Obviously, try to. I guess that's sort of my identity, and it always has been. And if I'm not doing that, then probably not playing the best of my capabilities. So no, I mean that's what gets me into the game. And at the end of the day, I'll do whatever I can to win. And at the end of the, like I said, I mean whether the fans appreciate that or not, I'm just obviously trying to help the Jets win games. And it was a great crowd tonight. Obviously, the building had a great energy in it. Fans were on their feet at times in the third period, especially. And it's exciting to play in front of a passionate fan base like this.
What made the pairing so effective today, Luke, with you and Hayden?
The pairing, sorry?
With you and Hayden.
Obviously he's a great skater. Good long reach, good stick, makes simple plays, and I obviously never. I didn't really know him, even though he's a SAS guy, and I mutual connections from Tampa, and so we just had a little bit in common. Talked a little bit before the game, and just plays off of D zone faceoffs and neutral zone faceoffs. Whether you win or lose the draw, there's assignments to be covered, and I'm sort of doubling down, asking him a few extra questions going into a faceoff. So he was really helpful tonight and played a great game, and. He's played real solid tonight.
What was it like seeing Brandon Tanev out there and the impact he made? Is he why he's been a fan favorite here for so many years?
Well, just the energy. I mean, obviously, playing against him years in Seattle, especially when I was in Vancouver, seeing him a little bit more there, and just brings an energy about him, and he's got a motor on him. Just kind of feet don't stop moving, and just 100 miles an hour at all times. So he's effective. He goes to the net. He wins battles. He's good on the forecheck. Works his butt off coming back into the D zone, which is helpful for a D. And did a lot of good things. And we're both learning on the fly. Obviously, he's got a little bit of a history here, so a little familiarity. But it's easy to see why he's highly sought after as far as a good role player for sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome.
What do you think the way you guys played? Phil?
Yeah, no, that was a hard-fought game. We know how desperate the Rangers are going to be, and we certainly saw that. And at times got into a little bit of a track meet going both ways, but both specialty teams had to obviously step up. And it was a good game, good goaltending, and come out on the right side of it.
How would you describe the impact Luke Schenn made?
A big one. I think that ran into some people, a couple of big shot blocks. Keeps the game simple, like we talked about this morning or yesterday. Makes a good first pass. Recognizes what's at him. I thought, I'm sure there was lots of nerves coming in here. And first game against a team like the Rangers, that was a real good first showing.
And what was your reaction to the goalie interference call?
You could see Barron's foot. It was we would have called it. It's probably the best way I can answer that.
In a tight game like that, was that a perfect kind of sequence of where and how Luke Schenn can have a profound impact for you guys?
Yeah, I mean he's plays in those situations. I think that there's a lot of guys that go the long way around to get to the net when he's out there, but the shot blocking, kind of just that presence around the net front. So we're gradually going to start to put him into more and more situations. This obviously the first one, but saw some real good things on the penalty kill as well. Some good patience. After he got the puck down low, he made some good clears, made some good outlet plays. So good first game.
The Lowry line is kind of known as the identity line. How would you coin or phrase the fourth line of Iafallo, Barron, and Tanev?
Pest line? I don't know. I don't know. They you know what? Again, they got energy. They buzz. They good zone time. I like a lot of what those guys do. They don't get stuck in their end very often, and they get the job done down the other end.
And then with Tanev in particular as well, it just seems like he's able to bring people into the fight, and he obviously has the speed, but just the energy. How much does that shift momentum for a bench in the course of a game when he makes a positive play?
Yeah, I think that everybody knows him and knows what he does. Certainly, he has history here in Winnipeg, but he can get underneath the skin of the opposition. He's quick, though. He's a lot quicker. I knew he was fast, but you can really see his quickness. And, he's a energy bunny there. He just gets going, and you like to see that. It puts a lot of pressure on the opposition.
When Schenn was asked about what it was like to play with the team, he pointed out the structure and the details. How much pride do you take as a coach or your coaching staff in the idea that he walks in and says, well, the game plan's great and all the players are doing everything they're supposed to do?
Well, I think that, that's obviously our base, and that's what the buy-in has been for us the last few years. And he sees the example. He played against us. He was in our division. But I know that for him it makes it easier with that structure, having that kind of defense-first mentality. It makes it an easier game for him, and that just being because that's what he does well.
Scott, Cole Perfetti had the big game tonight, 2 primary assists, but that second line, their strong play really dates back 15 or 20 or so games. What's working so well for that line?
Yeah, cohesive. The one thing is they haven't got the numbers that they've gotten some great looks, some great chances. That's a career high in points for Fetz. That's awesome. I mean, he didn't score, but he made a couple of really nice plays. Again, that line, they looked real dangerous. And I was trying to run him up against Panarin's line. With Trocheck, that's a big task, and because you know what they're going to do going the other way. I thought they won the majority of the ice battle. They spent a lot more time in New York's end than in our end. So that's a good sign when that can happen.
And your penalty kill since January, I believe, is 6th or 7th best in the NHL. The power play has been great all year, but what kind of asset is it to bring the penalty kill in? You got a big one late tonight as well.
Yeah, we looked at it kind of post-Christmas, and then kind of after the break, there's some changes that we wanted to do. But adding Luke and Brandon kind of help it. They're kind of 2 real good penalty killers, so hopefully it continues to keep doing what it needs to do. Still some areas for us, some of the clears things, not getting the clears when we have that opportunity. That's a big thing if you can get it down there and get a change, get some fresh bodies out there. But you know what, guys are really kind of zoning in, recognizing how important our penalty kill is, just like our power play. And on any given night, one of them may save you or win you a hockey game. And that one you talked about late in the game, that was big.
Didn't see Velarde out the last few minutes. Did he get nicked up at the end?
No.
No, he's fine.
No, that was just, I wanted to kind of, that was who was coming. I do that with Al, either Al, and I did it once with Tanev going on that. Just kind of get to the 5-minute mark. Just tendency to lean on those guys a little bit. Thank you.